What if everything you've been told about success is incomplete? What if the biggest difference between the top 1% and everyone else isn't intelligence, talent, luck, connections, or even money? Because every single day, millions of people wake up early, work hard, stay busy, and do everything they were told would lead to success. Yet they remain stuck in the same place, year after year. Meanwhile, a small group of people keeps getting richer, more influential, and more powerful. They seem to play by a completely different set of rules. So, what do they know that most people don't? What hidden principles allow them to achieve extraordinary results while others struggle to make progress? In this video, we're revealing the powerful mindset shifts, success habits, and wealth-building strategies that separate the top 1% from the other 99%. Pay close attention because one of these ideas could completely change the way you think about money, success, and your future. And by the end of this video, you'll realize something most people never do. Success isn't about working harder. It's about thinking differently. Let's get started. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in a simple equation. They trade hours for dollars. If they stop working, the income stops too. But there's a problem with that model. No matter how hardworking you are, there's a limit to how many hours you can work in a day. You can't create more time. Everyone gets the same 24 hours. The top 1% understand a life-changing principle. Time is far more valuable than money. Money can be lost and earned back. Time cannot. That's why wealthy people focus on building assets instead of just earning paychecks. They create businesses, investments, content, and systems that continue producing results long after the work is done. While most people ask, "How can I make more money?" the 1% ask a different question. How can I make money without constantly trading my time for it? That single mindset shift changes everything. Because the truly wealthy don't spend their lives working for money. They build systems that allow money to work for them. One of the biggest reasons most people never achieve extraordinary success is simple. They quit too soon. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. People want six-pack abs in 30 days, $1 million business in a year, and financial freedom overnight. When results don't come fast enough, they get frustrated and give up. But the top 1% play a completely different game. They understand that the greatest rewards in life come from consistency, not speed. They think in years and decades, not days and weeks. While others chase quick wins, they focus on daily habits that compound over time. They know that small actions repeated consistently can create massive results. The truth is, the richest and most successful people aren't always the smartest. They're often the ones who stayed committed long after everyone else quit. Patience isn't weakness. In the world of success, patience is a superpower. Most people make the same mistake when their income increases. The moment they earn more money, they spend more money. A bigger house, a newer car, more expensive clothes, luxury vacations. They upgrade their lifestyle before upgrading themselves. But the top 1% think differently. Before they buy liabilities, they invest in assets, and the most valuable asset they own is themselves. They spend money developing skills that can generate income for decades. Skills like communication, leadership, sales, negotiation, marketing, and problem solving. Why? Because skills are something no market crash, recession, or economic downturn can take away from you. The more value you bring to the marketplace, the more opportunities come your way. The truth is simple. Your income is often a reflection of the value you provide. Want to earn more? Become more valuable. Because when you invest in yourself, the returns can last a lifetime. If there's one concept that separates the wealthy from everyone else, it's leverage. Leverage is the ability to produce bigger results without putting in proportionally more effort. It's how a small action can create a massive outcome. Most people try to do everything themselves. They rely only on their own time and energy, which immediately limits their growth. The top 1% think differently. They use money, people, technology, and media to multiply their impact. A single investment can generate returns for years. A piece of software can serve millions of customers. One video, one idea, or one message can reach people around the world while you sleep. The wealthy constantly ask themselves, how can I achieve 10 times the results without working 10 times harder? That's the power of leverage. It's not about doing more work. It's about creating systems that make your work go further than you ever could alone. Every successful person faces challenges. The difference isn't the number of problems they have, it's how they respond to them. Most people see obstacles and immediately focus on what could go wrong. They see risk, uncertainty, and reasons to quit. The top 1% see something different. They see opportunity. When industries change, they look for new possibilities. When technology disrupts old ways of doing business, they adapt faster than everyone else. And when fear spreads through the crowd, they stay calm and look for advantages. History shows that some of the greatest fortunes and breakthroughs were created during times of uncertainty. Why? Because while most people were focused on the problem, a few were focused on the opportunity hidden inside it. The wealthy train themselves to ask a powerful question. What opportunity exists within this challenge? That question shifts their focus from limitation to possibility. And often that single shift changes the outcome of their entire future. One of the most underrated skills of the top 1% has nothing to do with money, business, or intelligence. It's emotional control. Most people let their emotions drive their decisions. They buy impulsively when they're excited, give up when they're discouraged, and panic when things don't go according to plan. The top 1% understand something critical. Emotions are temporary, but the consequences of your decisions can last for years. That's why they don't allow fear, frustration, or short-term feelings to dictate their actions. When others panic, they stay calm. When others quit, they stay committed. When motivation fades, they rely on discipline. They know that success isn't built on the days you feel inspired. It's built on the days you don't feel like showing up, but do it anyway. Because in the end, winners aren't controlled by their emotions. They learn to control them. In today's world, information is everywhere, but wisdom is rare. The average person spends hours scrolling through content designed to entertain, distract, and capture attention. The top 1% spend more time consuming information that helps them grow, learn, and make better decisions. They understand a powerful truth. Knowledge compounds, just like money. One idea from a book can change your mindset. One lesson from a mentor can save you years of mistakes. One new skill can open doors to opportunities you never imagined. That's why many highly successful people dedicate time every day to learning. They read books, study successful people, and constantly seek new perspectives, because they know that your future is shaped by what you repeatedly put into your mind. If you want a better life, start feeding your mind better information. Your habits determine your future, and your information diet determines your habits. One of the biggest myths about success is that it's a solo journey. In reality, almost every major achievement is connected to the right people at the right time. The top 1% understand that relationships are one of the most valuable assets they can build. They don't just collect contacts, they create meaningful connections with ambitious, growth-minded people. They intentionally surround themselves with individuals who challenge them to think bigger, aim higher, and become better. Why? Because your environment quietly shapes your future. The people around you influence your standards, your habits, your beliefs, and even the opportunities you see. Spend enough time around negative thinkers and your vision shrinks. Spend enough time around high performers and your expectations rise. A single conversation can spark an idea. A single mentor can save you years of mistakes. And a single relationship can open doors that hard work alone may never unlock. The top 1% know that success is not just about what you know. It's also about who you learn from, grow with, and build alongside. Perhaps the most powerful habit that separates the top 1% from everyone else is personal responsibility. Most people spend their lives blaming something. The economy, their boss, their upbringing, bad luck, their circumstances. And while those challenges may be real, the top 1% refuse to give them control over their future. Instead of asking, whose fault is this? They ask, what can I do next? That simple shift changes everything. Because the moment you take ownership of your life, you take back your power. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You stop hoping circumstances will change. And you start creating change for self. The most successful people understand that they can't control everything that happens to them, but they can always control how they respond. That's why they focus on action instead of excuses, solutions instead of complaints, growth instead of blame. Victims wait for better circumstances. Leaders create them. And every day, with every decision, you get to choose which one you'll be. So, what do the top 1% know that the other 99% don't? They understand that success isn't a mystery. It isn't reserved for a lucky few. And it isn't something you're born with. Success is the result of specific principles applied consistently over time. They buy time instead of selling it. They think years ahead while others focus on today. They invest in skills before status. They use leverage to multiply results. They look for opportunities where others see obstacles. They control their emotions instead of being controlled by them. They never stop learning. They build powerful relationships. And they take full ownership of their lives. The best part? Every one of these principles is available to you starting today. You don't need a wealthy family, perfect timing, or extraordinary talent. You simply need the willingness to think differently and act differently. Because the gap between the 99% and the 1% isn't luck. It's mindset, habits, and daily choices. So here's my challenge to you. Which one of these lessons will you apply first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found value in this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content designed to help you level up your mindset, your income, and your future. Remember this, the life you want won't be created someday. It's being created by the choices you make today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.